In the previous video, we have seen some interview questions on abstract classes and methods. So this is completed now. In this video, we will see another non-access modifier, which is final keyword. So what is final keyword? Final keyword is a non-access modifier and this can be applied to variables, methods and classes. If we apply a final keyword on a variable, that means this value is constant and cannot be changed. If we try to assign new values for a variable that is defined as final, it gives an error. And methods. If we define a method with final keyword, we cannot override that particular method. That means if we create a child class for the class that has this method, and if we try to override this method in the child class, it throws an error. And if we apply the final keyword for a class, we cannot inherit that class. That means we cannot create child classes for the class. Let's see this one more time. So what is a final keyword? A final keyword is a non-access modifier and it can be applied to variables, methods and classes. If we apply the final keyword on a variable, that means the value of the variable cannot be changed. If we try to assign a new value to the variable, it throws an error. And methods. If we apply the final keyword on a method, then we cannot override that method. That means if we create a child class for the particular class that has this method, and if we try to override this method, it throws an error. And class, if we apply the final keyword on a class, we cannot inherit that class. That means we cannot create child classes for that particular class. So let's see an example for each of these ones. I am creating a new class here. I am saying final keyword variable. I am using main method also. So here what I am doing is I am declaring a variable which is public. Instead of here, I will declare it here, not a local variable. I have to declare a class variable. So public static final int text is equal to Subbu's Selenium. And since this is a string, the return type should be string. So I have declared a final string variable here. So now I will print this string variable first and see how it works. So I am printing the string variable. I will run this one. Run as Java application. Proceed, and it prints Subbu's Selenium, which is fine. Now I will try to change this final variable. So I will say, since this is a static variable, I can access this directly. I don't need to create an object for this one. So I'll say text equals to Selenium course, and it will throw an error. And the error is, if you see, the final field final keyword variable dot text cannot be assigned. That means we cannot change the final variable value here. That's what it is saying. So when we declare a variable as final, we cannot change its value. Now let's see the second one, which is the final keyword on a method. So I am creating another class here, new class final keyword method, and I am using main method here. So this is a class I am creating. I am creating a new method here. So public static final void, and the method name I am taking final method, and in this method I am just printing sysout I am a final method and you can't override me. So this is a final method. I will create another class here, public class final keyword method child. So I am creating a child class here and I am using main method. So this is our parent class. Okay, we don't need this main method also in this one at this point. So I have just created one method which is final method, and this is final, and I am just printing out saying that I am a final method and you cannot override me. So I have created another child class here, and in this child class I will try to override this final method, and let's see what error it throws. Okay, in the child class, since this is a child class, I need to extends final keyword method. I have extended to this class. Okay, so final keyword method cannot be resolved to. Okay, so the spelling is wrong here. FIANAL. It's not FIANAL. It is FINAL. Okay, so now I have made this as a child class to this final keyword method class. So now I will try to override the method, this method, final method. I will try to override. So I will just copy this one and I will paste it here. And once I paste it here, it throws an error. It is saying that cannot override the final method from final keyword method. That means what it is saying is, since this method is a final method, you cannot override this in this child class. So that's what it is saying. That's what the error it throws. So when we declare a method as final, then the method can't be overridden. Now let's see the third one, which is final keyword and a class. Let's say I'm using the same examples, the same two classes here. So I will take out this one. Okay, now it is good. So we have a final keyword method child which is extending final keyword method. So now I am making this final keyword method as final. So public class, I will say public final class. So I made this class as final. Once I made this final, you can see that it turned out to be an error here. And what is the error? The type final keyword method child cannot subclass the final class final keyword method. That means we cannot inherit this final keyword method class because this is final. That's what it is saying. So if we make a class as final class with the keyword final, that means the class cannot be inherited. So this is about final keyword. So in this video we have seen the non-access modifier final, and we have also seen what happens when we apply this final keyword to a variable and a method and a class. If you want to download the documentation for this one, you can go to my GitHub repository, which is at subbostech, and go to selenium-java-tutorials. And this one starts with numbering 13, and you can set with number 13, and this is the one, Selenium-Java non-access modifiers final keyword, and you can download the document here. In the next video we will see some interview questions on the non-access modifier final.